Begin the assembly of your table by carefully removing the plastic wrap and all of the loose contents. Separate the two tabletops by removing the 4 plastic corner protectors and the plastic side strips. Lay out and separate the parts, including the hardware. Compare quantities with the checklist shown in manual. The manual contains helpful tools for identifying hardware, such as a measuring chart and actual size comparison. Thank you for purchasing a Kettler table tennis table. This instruction video is to be used as an assembly guide in conjunction with the assembly manual which was provided with the table. Please read the manual prior to assembly and retain the manual for future reference. We recommend that the table be assembled by 2 adults. Tools are required for assembly of table. Please refer to the assembly manual for a list of required tools. In Step 1, you will be assembling the alignment strut to the wheelbase. Place alignment strut on wheelbase, paying attention to the position of the strut on the base. One side of the wheelbase has extra holes. This is considered the outside of the wheelbase. Insert oblong nuts into the slots located on the strut. Slide 1 washer onto each bolt and insert bolt through wheelbase and into the strut and nut. Tighten bolt with a 10 mm socket. Repeat this process for the remaining wheelbase and alignment strut. In Step 2, you will be installing the wheels into the wheelbase. Take a non-locking wheel and slide 1 washer onto the wheel. Take the black plastic wheel holder and secure it to the wheel shaft. Repeat process for the locking wheel. Position alignment strut and wheelbase assembly as shown and insert a non-locking wheel with holder into wheelbase, ensuring that the top hole of the wheel holder is aligned with the hole in the wheelbase. Do the same for the locking wheel with holder. When facing the inside of the wheelbase, the non-locking wheel should be located on the right side and the locking wheel should be on the left. Repeat this process for the remaining wheelbase and wheels. In Step 3, you will be connecting the wheelbases and crossbars to create the table's chassis. Please be sure to choose the correct crossbars when completing Step 3. The table comes with 4 crossbars. One of these bars have smaller internal threads for an M6 bolt, while the remaining 3 bars will have larger threads to accept an M8 bolt. The first crossbar used in Step 3 is the M6 crossbar. Take the black square end cap and insert into the bottom of the net post bar. Do this for both bars. Take one of the M6 by 55 mm bolts and slide 1 M6 washer onto the bolt. Insert the bolt through net post bar and align bar with the outside of alignment strut and the wheelbase assembly. Take the M6 crossbar and thread onto the bolt. Hold crossbar while you tighten bolt with a 10 mm socket. Take another M6 by 55 bolt, slide the M6 washer onto the bolt and insert into the lower hole on the net post bar and through the strut. Slide another M6 washer onto the bolt and thread an M6 cap nut onto the bolt. Tighten the bolt and nut using a 10mm socket on both sides. Repeat this assembly on the other side, ensuring that the net post is bolted to the outside of alignment strut and the wheelbase assembly. Take an M8 by 45 bolt and slide an M8 washer onto the bolt. Insert the bolt through the wheelbase and thread the M8 crossbar onto the bolt. Hold the crossbar while you tighten the bolt with a 13mm socket. Repeat this assembly on the other side. Once this step is completed, go back to ensure that all bolts are firmly tightened. Before continuing with the assembly, please ensure that the wheels are locked. 2 adults are needed for the remaining assembly steps. Please proceed with care. In step 4, you will be assembling J-bars and crossbar to the wheelbase. With assistance, place one of the tabletops onto the frame. While one person is supporting the tabletop, the other person will take an M8 crossbar and slide one J-bar with safety lever onto the crossbar in the position shown. Now slide the crossbar through the support leg. Slide one washer onto the bolt and insert it through the wheelbase. Now slide another washer onto the bolt between the wheelbase and the crossbar. Thread the bolt into the crossbar. You may need to lower the tabletop slightly in order for the bolt holes to line up. Tighten bolt with a 13mm socket. Step 5 is repeating the same assembly on the other end, but this time use a J-bar without a safety lever for assembly. Once both ends are completed, go back to ensure that the bolts are firmly tightened. In step 6, you will be assembling the J-bars to the legs. While the tabletop is being supported by another person, bolt the J-bar with safety lever to the table leg. Before doing this, ensure that the safety lever is placed in the upward position. Slide one washer onto the bolt and insert the bolt through the J-bar. Slide the black spacer sleeve onto the bolt between the J-bar and leg. Insert bolt through the leg and slide another black washer onto the bolt. Thread the M6 cap nut onto the bolt. Tighten the bolt and nut by using a 10mm socket on both ends. Repeat on the other side, this time bolting the J-bar without safety lever hole to the table leg. In step 7, you are securing the safety levers. Assemble the upper safety lever to the table leg. Insert bolt through the safety lever, slide black washer onto the bolt followed by an M6 washer. Insert the bolt through the leg. Slide on another M6 washer and thread the M6 cap nut onto the bolt. Tighten the bolt and nut using a flathead screwdriver and a 10mm socket. Assemble lower safety lever to wheelbase. Insert the bolt through the lever. Place an M6 washer on the bolt between the lever and the wheelbase. Slide the bolt through the wheelbase. Place another M6 washer onto the bolt and thread an M6 lock nut onto the bolt. Tighten the bolt and nut. Repeat the lower safety lever assembly on the other side. In step 8, you will be installing the hand grips onto the safety levers. Slide the grips onto each safety lever. Please repeat assembly steps 4 through 8 for the second half of the table. Please proceed with care while doing so. In step 10, you are installing the side shroud to the wheelbase. Place the Kettler side shroud on the outside of the wheelbase. Secure with rivets. Repeat on other side. To properly open the table, press the right safety lever and pull the top down slightly. Press the left safety lever and continue to lower the table into the playing position. Support the table as you lower it. Never allow it to drop down. You will now assemble the net post and net to table. Assemble the net post to the net post bar and secure with the bolt and cap nut. Tighten bolt and nut with flathead screwdriver and an 8mm socket. Repeat on the other side. Thread the black thumb screw into the net post. Insert one J-pin into the fabric slot on each end of the net. Place J-pin on the net post. Insert tension string through top hole of the white tension tab. Hook tab into place on the net post and tighten string. The black adjustment screws are used to adjust the height of the net, and the white tabs adjust the tension. To properly fold the table, press the safety lever up and lift top. Once the top is halfway up, you can release the lever and continue to fold the top. This concludes the assembly and operating instructions. Kettler wishes your family and friends a lifetime of enjoyment with your Kettler table tennis table.